All right, so welcome everybody. My name is Nick Martinez. If I haven't met you yet, super excited for you to be on here and learn a little bit more about what we're doing with ketones, about the resources that you have at your fingertips in order to build this business, and at the same time, just some action steps to take right away as you're getting started. So first off, welcome to the community. Super excited to have you here. And excited for the journey ahead, excited for what's going to happen over the next 3, 6 months, 9 months, year for you. It's amazing what ketones are doing for people. It's amazing the transformation that people are seeing. And what's really fun is watching it unfold into other people's lives as you start to share this. And at the end of the day, the business grows with the impact and the number of people that you share this with. So you want to create a bigger business, share it with more people. Want to help more people, you'll make more money. Want to make more money, you got to help more people. It all goes hand in hand. So that's what we love doing, and that's just really, really powerful. So my goal with this first part is just to be as quick as possible, because a lot of this stuff and a lot of the information you're going to learn as you go. You're going to find that in the beginning, especially the first 30, 60, 90, 120 days, your job is just to create curiosity. Your job is to pique interest of as many people as possible. We'll give you some different steps to do that, and then connect them with whoever you're working with. If it's me, if it's another promoter, if you're on here, it's probably you're working very closely with me, and your goal is to burn up my phone, burn up whoever enrolled you's phone, and say, oh, I've got another friend. They're interested in the Drink Ketones Challenge. I've got another friend. They've got some questions. And then boom, you're constantly connecting them. And in that process, your job is just to start learning information so that you'll be able to be a resource when you start enrolling promoters. And at the same time, you'll find that even though I've been around now for 4 years, I still connect people to others, to Michael Rutherford, to Mitch Newman, and to other people that we're working with. So first step is make sure that you're connected. And how do you do that? Make sure that you have the Pulse app on your phone, Pruvit Pulse. And make sure that you have the Pruvit TV app also on your phone. Those are the two application functions that are really, really powerful for Pruvit and that you'll want to be plugged into. Secondly, make sure that you're part of Pruvit's existing Facebook groups. We have 2 of them. The first is our Drink Ketones Daily group, and the second is our Pruvit Promoter group. And if you're not yet part of them, what you'll want to do is make sure that you head on over to Facebook, and it's pretty simple to find them. You just have to type that into Facebook, and I'll just share my screen real quick and show you exactly what you need to do. But these are kind of the lifeblood of communication, of just the ability to connect with our community from a product standpoint and from a resources as a promoter standpoint. So if you type in Keto Reboot or type in Drink Ketones Daily group, it will pull up what should come up as our Drink Ketones Daily. You might actually have to type in Drink Ketones Daily now. That's a good thing. Search, there it is. And then you're going to make sure that you request access. It will take maybe a few hours or a day to get access to it. But once in here, you're going to want to just kind of scroll through and just stay up to date with what's going on. We have our reboot coaches. This is your resource for your customers. Anytime you have a new customer that's doing the Drink Ketone Challenge, make sure that they're in this group. Anytime you have somebody that's rebooting with you, make sure they're in this group. This is how we support our customers. This is how we make sure that they're plugged in, that they're getting a lot of great content and a lot of great information. So definitely utilize that. The other group that you need to be part of is the Pruvit Promoter group, which is right here. And again, same concept. You just click on it, request access. You'll have to answer a couple questions, and then you'll have access. Now, when you're in here, what you really want to do as a new promoter, if you haven't watched these yet, click on units. And there's a handful of videos. You're going to see Unit 1, Let's Get Started, Environments, 5 and 10-day experiences, Attract, Connect, Enroll. You'll also see some business hacks in here. And if you click on See More Posts, the Go Challenge, this is the Go Challenge video. You want to make sure you watch that. Keto Life Parties. Everything you need to know to get started is right in here. So go. They're only like 4 or 5 minutes long a piece. Really, really simple. But that's kind of the basics. So if you haven't watched those yet, go in and watch them. If it's been a while since you've seen them, go and check them out. But that's a very simple way to get connected and just to know what's going on right off the bat. So be sure to check that out. All right. That's the communication portion. As long as you're connected to the Pulse, as long as you're in those Facebook groups, the only other thing is make sure you follow Pruvit on social media just to be kind of in the know of what's coming out. Aside that, the things that you're going to plug into are just things that we're doing as a community, as a team, that you'll get to participate in on a consistent basis. Going forward, right now, as a brand new promoter, your goal is to create as much curiosity and approach as many people with our conversation as possible, as fast as possible. Now, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching the replay after Christmas or whatever time frame it is, we have some simple phrases that you can use and you can write down in order to easily talk to people about this. And I'll give you just like 2 or 3 of them, and you can just use them based upon who you're talking about. So first thing I want you to do is write down like the first 5 to 10 people that come to mind who you think might need ketones, right? Or you think might be able to benefit from our conversation, or who you think might be able to even benefit from being a promoter with us in this business and earning extra money. Who are those 5 people? Who are those 10 people? You don't have to make a list of 100, but just the people that are closest to you, the people that if you called at 2 o'clock in the morning because you were stuck on the side of the road and ran out of gas, that might come pick you up. Those are the people I called first: my mom, my dad, my sister. And what you can do in order to connect with them is just reach out and say, "Hey, what do you know about ketones and ketosis?" If they're not, if you don't know if they're familiar with the keto lifestyle, the keto diet, or you're not from that background, if they already are and like keto's been a big conversation in your life, then you might ask them another question, which is, "Hey, are you drinking ketones yet?" And I love those 2 questions because they're just open-ended and they get them to respond to you. The other question that we love using, and it really goes well with our challenge, is, "Hey, have you heard of the 10-day drink ketones challenge? This thing is awesome. Not sure what you're doing in the new year, but this might be something you want to participate in." Right? "Hey, have you heard of the 10-day drink ketones challenge? Oh my gosh." If you ask that kind of question, if you reach out with that kind of enthusiasm, they're gonna say something back. And when they respond back, the response that you can use is like, if they say, "Oh, is that keto diet?" You're like, "No, this is actually it's similar, give you the same benefits and results, except you just have to drink it." Like, "Oh, that's interesting." Then the next question, or they say, "Oh, I've been doing keto, but I'm not drinking ketones yet. What are those?" Or they say, "No, I haven't heard of the challenge. What is it?" Next thing you do is ask them permission to send the video. And I love the phrase, "If I, would you?" So if I ... would you ... So, "Oh my gosh, these things are amazing. If I sent you a link, would you check out some information on it?" Notice I'm not just blasting them with a link. You could also say, "Oh my gosh, I started drinking these 3 weeks ago, feeling amazing. Actually sharing this as a promoter now, think you're going to love it. If I sent you a video, would you check it out?" You see what's happening there? I'm sharing with them that I'm excited about this, I'm loving it, and I'm telling my friends about it, but then I'm getting their permission in order to send them information, because by getting that permission, what am I doing? I'm getting their buy-in. So I'm not just blasting them the link and they're like, "Oh, Nick's pushing stuff on me." I'm getting their buy-in first by asking the question, "Hey, if I sent this to you, would you be interested in checking it out?" They're like, yeah, I'll check it out. Now I have a dialogue back and forth. Now when I send them the link, I can follow up with them. Like I can say, "Hey, did you get to check it out?" They're like, "No, I've been super busy." "Oh my gosh, you're going to love this. Do you have time later on the day to check it out?" Like, you got to see this. It's amazing. They're like, okay, I'll check it out. Right? And that creates a dialogue. It creates follow-up. Whereas if I'm just blasting them with information before I ask them some questions and get some back and forth, this creates a much, much better outcome. All right. So that's really step 1, is like, who are those people? Let's chat with them first. And the moment they have a question, the moment they're like, well, what about this or what about that? Once they've seen that video, once they've gone to the challenge.com website, which is your main website, if you don't know what your referral code is, that's the portion in front of challenge.com. That's what you're going to send them is your referral code.challenge.com. And if you are, again, brand new, let me share my screen real quick so that you can see exactly where to go to set that up. And as you work with new promoters, it's important to have an awareness of this because this is how they're going to be able to go and set it up. So, all right, here we go. So this is my homepage. On the left-hand side, you're going to see where it says share. It says marketing links. It has a few different ones here. The ones that you're going to primarily use are challenge.com and pruvitnow.com. Pruvitnow.com is where they can just go buy individual boxes of ketones. And challenge.com has, right here, it has my referral code in front of it. If you see this and yours is just a series of letters and numbers, it means you haven't created a customized one. That code is unique to you, so that is currently your referral code, but you can change it just by clicking on your name or the avatar in the top right and then clicking on settings. And then under settings, you're going to see referrer code and you can edit right here. So that, just make sure that you have that set up. And then all you have to do in order to send this to somebody is just click on either copy this or type it in nick.challenge.com and you can share that with whoever you're speaking to. So you're probably also wondering, what do I do with all this product that I just bought? Maybe you got one of our promoter packs, maybe you got the starter pack or the MVP pack or the pro pack. The goal with that is to have on hand to do like one-off samples. Like if you're talking to somebody, you can give them one. Generally, I won't give somebody more than one for free. I'll give them one to take and try, especially if it's a stranger that I'm talking to or somebody I just met. However, if it's somebody that I'm having a longer conversation with and they're interested but not ready to do a 10-day drink ketones challenge, I'll say, well, shoot, I'll sell you 5 for $40 right now if you just want to take them. Or if they just bought their 10-day drink ketones challenge and they're waiting for it, they're like, man, I want to start right away. Like, here, since you just bought it, I'll give you a discount. I'll just give you 5 for $30. Normally I charge $40. And you can get started with these, and then when your kit gets in, you'll be able to hit the ground running. So utilize those, like that starting inventory, smartly. Don't give it all away. Create value in it through selling it. And when you do sell it, you just either charge them cash, credit card, Venmo, PayPal. Actually, probably not credit card unless you have a way to process that. But I do cash, Venmo, or PayPal quite often. And I give one, maybe 2 out for free, and then after that, I'm always creating value, and I'm charging them for it just so that they know that it's costing me money to give them those samples, right? So our goal with you for the beginning, like the first 30, 60, 90 days, is just to get to as many people as possible this information, right? The challenge.com website, to get them connected with somebody when they have questions, to send them videos. One of the things that you can do, I mentioned the Pruvit TV app. You can download that, and when it's past messaging people time, go binge watch some fun Pruvit TV videos. Just start to get to know the community, start to get to know the information in there, and you'll be able to share those with people that are learning more about this, or with people who are currently customers, or people that are thinking about it and have questions. Those are such great resources. So the other thing that I want to just talk about a little bit is social media. Social media is super powerful, super important, and it's something that everybody can utilize to take their business to the next level. And it's something that if you start to get intentional about right now, you're going to see more success as you go, because people who are watching you on Facebook or on Instagram are going to start raising their hands and saying, hey, what is that? I want that, especially as we go into 2020, into the new year here. So I see Lori and Charlie here. They're brand new. How's it going?
Good.
I just took you off mute. You guys doing awesome?
Awesome.
How you like your ketones?
I love him. He's addicted.
I'm hooked.
Fantastic. Lori, do you mind if I use you as an example and go through your Facebook and give you some pointers?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
All right, I'm putting you on the spot, and
Yeah,
my
yeah.
goal in doing so is not to call you out or anything, but it's just to give you some ideas of how you can improve it.
Okay.
Are you open to that?
Yeah. Was there a pun there with Pruvit?
Yes. Oh no, that was unintentional, but for sure it was subconscious. All right, so let me just type you in here. And I do this because people I could talk about it, but I think it's way more powerful and impactful if people can see it and then learn from it as we go. So let me click share again. Desktop. All right. What I'm going to do is pull you up. So I'm just going to go through some simple things that you can do that are going to make your Facebook more powerful in the long run and help
Okay.
you attract more people.
Okay.
Um, so first thing that I like, I love pictures of kids and grandkids and that kind of stuff, and they are something you should post often.
Okay.
However, what you should do in your profile picture is have a picture of you. And I know a lot of times we don't like pictures of ourselves, or so a lot of times I see dogs, I see cats, I see kids. Put a picture of you here because as you start to meet more people, when you're out and about and people are coming to your page, they want to know who you are. When they see a picture of grandkids, they're like, "Oh, they're cute," but they don't know who Lori is. Um, the cover photo could be a picture of you and the family, so that you see more of your family and stuff. That's, I think, powerful.
Okay.
But get a nice little selfie close up so that you can see your face and own it.
All right.
um, Hang on. Derry, can you mute there, buddy? All right. So scrolling down, so you're doing the ketogenic diet, which is awesome, or you're like living the ketogenic lifestyle. So
Yes.
because you're doing that, you can post about it because it's authentic, it's real.
Right.
Um, so is this your dinner tonight?
That was the Brussels sprouts on the side. Yes.
Okay. Like I love this. Only thing that would make this better is a picture of you with the Brussels sprouts at some point. You're going to hear that a lot from me. I can see Charlie laughing.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it's not just you that this isn't a unique thing to you. However, the faster that you get confident with just putting yourself out there, the more people that are going to be excited to watch what you're doing.
Okay.
Because this looks like this is so good, I don't believe it. Like these pictures are amazing. It looks like they're curated. It looks like you found them on the internet. The fact that that's
No,
you,
that was in my kitchen. I promise.
I mean, so you've got a skill, right? Obviously, you're good at making Brussels sprouts because those look delicious, and you're also a pretty darn good photographer. So that's very cool. Utilize that. The only other thing I'd do is I would include a caption. I like the hashtags you've been using; those are fun. But I would just type in what you're making, and
Okay.
then ask a question. So anytime that you can create engagement, like this already has 14 comments, that's fantastic. I bet you if you asked a question as well, you would have gotten maybe 20 comments or 30 comments. So a
Okay.
question would be, do you love Brussels sprouts? Or do you love Brussels sprouts as much as I do? When I make them, I never skip the bacon. How do you make yours?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So like the fact that you got 14 comments on this and you had no caption, it just speaks volumes to the quality of your pictures. But you can actually increase it with just some questions and information. One of
Okay.
Charlie's favorite keto dishes. Stay tuned. So here I'd throw a picture of Charlie in there.
Well, he was kind of on the road, so I couldn't.
All right. Well, get a hand, like take him and put him in the kitchen. Have him going like with his hands or like smiling, and then you can use pictures of him later too.
Okay.
Just because people are always good. When Rita has your snack, that's cool. So again, with something like this, asking a question is also good. Do you like moon cheese or wisps? I always love doing a poll. What's your favorite moon cheese or wisps? Question mark, and then you could ask another question below that, or talk about why you love it. So just don't be afraid to type a little bit more. You don't need to have a book or like multiple paragraphs, but a couple of sentences spread out by spaces is always good.
Okay.
Who's making one? That's good. So Facebook, this post only got 6 likes and 2 comments, but it's not necessarily because the words weren't right or people weren't interested. It's probably because Facebook didn't show it to anybody. When you do pictures or videos or lives, Facebook shows it to a larger percentage of your friends. When you do just text, Facebook's like, we'll skip it. We have too many other things to put in front of their eyeballs.
Okay.
So they're always thinking, how do I, or Facebook's like, we only have so much content we can put in front of people, and we want to get as many ads out there as possible. So if it's just text, they generally don't show it to nearly as many people. So you always want to have some sort of picture.
Okay.
But this could be a picture of a calendar. It could be a picture of you. It could be a picture of it. Just get creative, and you're already great at taking pictures. So those, don't wait for new, make new changes now. Same with these. What's on the menu tonight? Maybe that, like, I like that. You got 29 comments because you asked a question.
Okay.
You're doing an awesome job already, and we'll continue to stay in touch about what you're doing. But I like the biggest things I can say is just more pictures of you. Maybe you're ready to, maybe in the future here, you'll start doing a keto kitchen where you're cooking live.
That's what we've been talking about.
All right. Well, I mean, there's no time like the present. You like just given this picture with the Brussels sprouts, like you can absolutely cook live and crush it.
Okay.
And your friends want to know what you're doing, obviously, and a lot of them are already interested in food. And if you just start to do that, you're going to create much more attraction and engagement on your page. And then when you post about ketones and Pruvit, you're going to get even like a better response because they're kind of in that mindset.
All right.
So one thing, Lori, that I've noticed here that's great is I don't see you posting your Pruvit link. I don't see you like becoming a billboard for Pruvit. So to me, that's really good. What you want to do, what you have the space to do now is post like a picture of your ketones, or you can even do a picture of Charlie and his ketones with a smile on his face.
Okay.
And then just say some sort of blurb that will create curiosity, like OMG, whatever the benefit is. 3 months ago I was ... now I am. Like what your favorite thing about it is, say that, and then just say thank goodness for ketones, and then ask a question. And an easy question would be, are you drinking this yet?
Okay.
And then people will comment, what is it? What is it? And you can, like, with the amount that you're posting, you could probably post every 3 or 4 days, probably twice a week. Some sort of post that creates, like, it has a call to action telling them to comment below, or asking them if they've tried it, asking them something. And when you're doing that, and any of you are working on a post for a Pruvit type thing, text it to me first, and then I'll help tweak the words so that we get the most response on it. And then the biggest thing in comments is don't respond in the comment with a link of any sort. You want to keep your links off of your Facebook page.
Yeah, I always send them a private message.
Yes, because the goal there, and I just saw this with a new promoter today, she had in the post itself her link, and then she only got 1 or 2 comments. Well, if that link wasn't there, people would have to ask her for the link through commenting. And what that does for Facebook is it tells Facebook, oh, people like this post, so they show it to more people. So everything we do is very intentional from like multiple facets. One, we're trying to create curiosity, but 2, we're also trying to get Facebook to actually show it to your friends. And if there's only 1 comment, then it shows it to way less friends. But if there's 10 comments now, it's like, oh, people like this. And then it puts it in front of more eyeballs. So it can kind of create momentum within the post. When somebody comments, you always respond to their comments. So anytime you get comments, respond. I see that you're already doing that, which is super awesome. But if you can dial out, like say, okay, I'll private message you, I'll send you a link, I'll send you some information, stand by, then the next person's like, well, I want it too. And you'll find some me too. Send it to me too. Don't forget about me. And it drives everybody crazy. Whereas
Okay.
if you drop the comment in the drop the link in the comments, then everybody stops commenting because they can just click right there. They don't have to ask you for it.
Okay.
So that will be super powerful. Last thing I'll leave you with is every single day, I want you to go in and add a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 5 new friends. And it doesn't have to be like it's actually really, really simple to do. I'll show you some. So one thing that you can just do here is go into friends. Well, this is you. I would go into find friends, and then Facebook is going to, if I haven't confirmed your friend request, it's because I have a lot of friend requests that I can't get through. Dang it. I don't think it's going to do it. All right. Anyhow, Facebook will suggest friends for you. If I go down, like it's going to have like a list of people that it thinks that you should be friends with. It's not doing it for me right now. But you can use that, or what you can do is go to a friend of yours. Like I was just on your page, and then I can go and look at your friends depending on how you have your settings. And I can be like, oh, I don't know this person, I'm going to add them. Or you look for people that you have in common, or not in common,
Right.
people that you met at some point, but you're not yet Facebook friends with.
Yep.
So like, it's like you have a friend at church and then they have 200 friends. Well, you start to scroll through that list, you realize you actually know about 30 of them, but you're not friends with them on Facebook. Send them a friend request. So what you want to do is every single day, grow that list by 3 to 5 people. Now you have more people following you and you're following them, and do it with intention. You're like, at the begin, for sure in the beginning, like try to have some commonality. If you want to take it the extra mile, you can always send them a message, say, hey, hope you're doing well. But a lot of them will reply, and they'll actually just accept your friend request, and before you know it, you'll go from 300 friends or whatever many you have, 500 friends to 1,000, just by doing that consistently. Like that's a simple thing. The other thing that you want to do is go to your Facebook feed and comment. Like just spend 5 minutes, don't spend a day or an hour, 5 minutes commenting on other people's stuff. So that way, the more that you engage with them, the more Facebook's like, oh, you guys are friends, and the more that they'll see your stuff. So the way I look at Facebook is it's as much as it's social media and it's kind of this weird concept, treat it like it's normal relationship building. How do you build relationships? You communicate. There's plenty of Facebook stalkers out there who don't comment and they don't post. All they do is go look at everybody's stuff. So they're silent, right? But what you want to do is just be seen and create relationships. So as you're scrolling your feed and you see somebody that posted something about their kids, leave a comment and add value, right? Because now it's like you have it, like it'd be like going to church and now you're talking to everybody at church and having a conversation with them. If you just scroll Facebook and don't comment or anything, it's like you're going to church and you're not talking to anybody. You're just looking at them with your mouth shut. But you're invisible because no one knows that you're watching them on Facebook. So the more that you do that, though, the more Facebook starts to like you more. They show your stuff to them and vice versa, and it creates much more like cohesiveness. So apply those things, and you're going to find that it will really help, and it will just start to build. And then with Facebook, like this is something that everybody has to give consistency to for a period of time. It's all about how consistent can you be in adding friends and commenting on people's stuff and creating value for the next 60 days, 90 days, and really for the next year or two, because that's, from a social media standpoint, that's how you'll start to grow your audience and create more value. And then you'll have more and more people who are coming to you saying, okay, how do I get these ketones? What's happening, Kathy? Good to see you. Kathy is from Australia, everyone. Did I just see a kangaroo sign behind you? I think I did. It's tomorrow afternoon. All right. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I know if you just joined this late, you can, this is all recorded, so you'll be able to watch what we just went through. It was really good stuff. But the next thing is just having keto life parties, having get-togethers. And especially as a new promoter, this is the most powerful tool that you can use to get this in front of your friends the fastest. And all it is a get-together of people coming over to learn a little bit more about keto or ketones. And the way that you invite to this is just by simply making a phone call saying, hey, what are you doing on Thursday night? You're like, why? What? I'm having a keto life party. Can you come? Like, well, what is that? Well, are you drinking ketones yet? No. Do you know what keto is? Well, is it that diet? Well, this is way better than a diet. We're going to talk about it. You're going to try some different flavors. You're going to love it. Thursday, can you be there? I don't go into a lot of information. I just am excited about them coming, so they come. If I'm not excited and I give them a bunch of details and I try to sell them, then they're not going to come. But if I'm like, it's going to be fun, we're going to try some different flavors, we're going to learn a little bit about how this can massively impact your health in 2020. It's something I've been doing for a little bit here and loving it. Can you participate? I'd love you to. Step number one is set a date, right? If you haven't set a date yet, set a date for your first party, probably after the holidays or after Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's is fantastic. If you're watching this later, anytime is good. The sooner the better. I generally don't wait. Sometimes I had a new promoter last week. She's like, well, when should I do it? I'm like, how about tomorrow? She's like, well, I can't do tomorrow, but I can do the next day. So she did it 48 hours later. She had 4 or 5 people show up. She also had a lot that couldn't come, but guess what? She set a second date also. So it's always powerful to schedule 2 at the same time, because you invite everybody to the first and you use the second as the fallback, right? The second's the go-to if they can't come to that. And if they can't come to the second, then it's like you're setting up a coffee time. The purpose of the Keto Life Party is to expose as many people as quickly as possible to what we're doing. And it gives you an easy invitation, an easy reach out. You can reach out to more people, inviting them to a party than maybe you'd be texting just a straight up message, right? So it's a really simple way to start the conversation with tons of people, because you're going to want to make a list of 15, 20, 30 people to invite. Hope to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 people there. And as far as what we do at the Keto Life parties, we have a great video that Dustin Schaefer does inside of that Pruvit Promoter Facebook group. So be sure to watch that, and that will give you some good tips and just ideas of how simple it is. And then if you don't live in the same town I do, I will zoom into it. Like I'll get on a Zoom like this. I'll say hi. I'll answer questions, and I'll share my story with all of your friends. I just did that last week into a party that was in Miami. I don't even think I was here. I was somewhere on the road. I popped in, answered questions, had a great conversation. It was a lot of fun. And a lot of the people that were there ended up becoming 10-Day Drink Ketones Challenge customers. So that was really cool. And it was that simple. So right now for all of you that are brand new, like I look at it kind of as a 3-pronged approach. Number one is, who can you reach out to via text or via Facebook message or via phone call, and just say, hey, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Or, hey, are you drinking ketones yet? Or, hey, have you heard of the 10-Day Drink Ketones Challenge? This stuff's amazing. You got to check it out. Number 2 is starting to create that buzz on social media and finding people there. And then number 3 is having a Keto Life Party, which will help you contact and reach out to even more people and then get them in front of this. So the whole purpose of kind of your launch is to basically let everybody know what you're doing, let everybody know what we have, let everybody know how they can participate. The goal isn't that everybody has to buy this. The goal isn't to become some crazy salesperson. The goal is just to create an introduction, to make them aware of what you have so that they can make a decision of if they want to participate or not. You're going to have plenty that say no. You're going to have plenty that are like, what? Is that one of those things? Or I can't afford that, or blah, blah, blah. They're going to give you every line in the book. Just know that that's normal, right? That's part of the process. We're kind of sorting and sifting and looking for the people that are ready for better. Like our goal with Pruvit is to help people become the best versions of themselves. But in order to become the best versions of themselves, they have to want that. They have to be ready for that. They have to be looking for that. So you might have a friend that you think is absolutely going to crush this, and then they don't do anything. Or you have a friend that, like, if they just drank ketones, they'd feel a million times better. Well, they for some reason can't see it. You're also going to reach out to people that you're like, they'd never go for this. And they're the ones that are going to say, you know what, I'll do this. That sounds amazing, right? The ones that you think will, won't. The ones that you think won't, will. So biggest thing you can do right now is don't judge anyone. Don't prejudge them. Don't put them in the box. Like, you have to let them make the decision, not you. In the beginning, I made the decision for a lot of people that I didn't need to make the decision for. I needed to let them make the decision of if they wanted it or not. So it's not skipping over them also. And as we go, we're going to get into other ways that you can start creating new conversations and meeting new people. Because this isn't just a business where you got to go sell your friends and family. It's not one of those things. The cool thing with ketones is I wanted my mom and dad and sister to feel better and feel like I did. So I needed to, like, if I didn't have the confidence to call them, then why would I be telling other people about it? Right? This is something that's going to make them feel better, and it's helped them become the best versions of themselves. My sister's lost like 38 pounds. She feels amazing. My mom and dad are at the weights they got married at. My dad just turned 70. They were in South Africa for like a month doing missions work and hiking and doing all this crazy stuff. But they're doing that because of the ketones that they're drinking on a daily basis, because their lives have shifted over the last few years. So the reason that I love this portion of getting your business launched is because you get to share this with the people that you're going to hear from on a daily basis, and you get to watch as their lives start to shift. Going forward, you're going to get really intentional on how to have new conversations with people while you're out and about, right? Like wearing drink ketones shirts, carrying around shaker bottles. There's all sorts of good stuff that you can participate in. And those type of things, we have other trainings and other calls that you'll get real granular on. Whether it's doing booths at vendor events, or doing a tasting at a gym, or going to networking events, or just talking to people while you're on an airplane or while you're out and about. So I'll open up real quick for any questions, and then we'll sign off here. I know it's been a lot of me talking, but I just wanted to get some of this information out there so that you make sure that you have the basics, and then we can go from there. So any questions while I'm here?
Hey.
Hey.
You talked about not putting your link in comments and such. What about on your actual profile information?
I don't mind it in the profile. I get that question a lot. I can go either way. I have it in my profile. A lot of times people don't go digging for it, so it's not the end of the world. But sometimes you might happen across somebody who clicks on it and says, "Oh, this is interesting," and then they go there. So it's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other on that one.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Lori, any other questions?
No, I think you did enough to me tonight. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm okay with it.
So
All right.
One question is, is coming. I'm a question guy. So you get your starter pack, and on the starter pack, you got 30 days. So Lori hit the go button on the stick, but yet when she goes to go to her page and look at that, it says you got 13 days left. Shouldn't it go to 30 days would be the 6th to the 5th or of the next month? Or
when did she hit the button?
On December 6th, I think.
Okay, so there's 2 portions to those 30 days. There's Go Pro and there's Go MVP. Go Pro is the first 14. Go MVP is the 30 total. So you actually already enrolled like 3 or 4 customers, so it's good that you hit the button. I was actually worried that you didn't. I saw you had enrolled customers. I'm like, shoot, I hope she hit the go button. So as you're watching this, there's actually a video, and I'll share my screen again. In the Pruvit promoter group. Pruvit
promoter, is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Pruvit promoter. In here, I have a video under units. And right here, it says Go Challenge. Make sure that you go in here and, whoa, where did it go? Right here. And watch this video. It will explain everything about the Go Challenge. Now, here's what's cool. There's 3 parts: the Go Pro, Go MVP, Go All-Star. The video explains exactly what you have to do to hit those. It's something that if you hit, you get extra bonus money, which is awesome. Obviously, we want you to hit it. We want, like, it's set there so that it's like a carrot. Here's a $250 carrot if you hit this. Here's a $500 carrot if you hit this, right? I like those carrots. If you don't hit it, it's not the end of the business, right? Because it's only 1 month. And that we actually have something called the multiplier, which you can run for every single month. So what I've seen, some people get in and it takes a little bit to get some traction, so they don't hit it. But guess what? Then the next month they hit the MVP multiplier, and they're getting that bonus. So there's all sorts of great things in the plan. Hit all of them that you can, but just don't let it take you out mentally from feeling successful, because it's a long-term business, not a short-term business. However, run like heck for it. Let's help a lot of people get started, and let's hit Go Pro and Go MVP. That's the best option. Good question. All right. Kathy, how's it going down there?
Really hot.
Well, it was -5 here this morning, and that's not Celsius, that's Fahrenheit. That's like
Wow,
-17.
it's 37 degrees Celsius here.
Oh my goodness, summer.
Yeah,
It's
getting hotter.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, I was a bit late. Sorry, so I have missed a big portion of it.
Yes, I will send you the recording so that you have it. So no problem.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
we can talk through that when you got time to listen to it. We can hop on another call.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Well, good to see everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end this recording just a second. Really, at the end of the day, if you have questions, like, I'm always here. If you have people that you're talking to, connect them. The more that you can have somebody else answering their questions and talking to them, the better. Think of it as like, I work for you. Not from a customer service standpoint. We have customer service for that. But from a talk to your friends and people that you're sharing ketones with standpoint. And the more that you can say, here, let me connect you with my friend. I would literally be talking to another pilot as I was flying about ketones when I used to fly for Delta. He'd ask me a bunch of questions. I'd say, I don't know the answer to that. We'd land. I'd get out my phone. I'd call my friend Mitch. I'd say, Mitch, talk to Captain Floyd. He's got some questions about ketones. I would hand Floyd the phone. I'd go do the walk around the airplane. I'd come back, and Floyd's a customer, right? Because somebody else is answering the questions and giving them the information, right? You can also use, obviously, the tools, the resources, the videos that we have kind of in that same concept. But the more that we have that conversation, the better. The other thing that we want to ask everybody is, hey, do you want to be a customer or promoter? If you're not giving everybody the opportunity to share this like you are, then they're never going to know that it exists, right? So ketones are fantastic, but the more people that drink them, the more people that are impacted. How do you create a larger ripple? It's not just me telling people about it. It's me empowering you and you empowering somebody else to share this with their friends and their friends and their friends. And before you know it, you're multiple relationships deep. I just saw in my cloud today, we had somebody on our 17th or 18th level join. What does that mean? The telephone game has been done 18 times in that. So I shared it with somebody. They shared it with somebody. They shared it with somebody. They shared it with somebody. 17 different relationships. I think the deepest person I have right now is 24 relationships removed. Now that creates this geometric progression that creates powerful business. And that's how you impact the most people. How do you do that? You have to ask the question, hey, do you want to be a promoter? So as you're talking to people, don't forget to ask, like, hey, do you want to be a customer or do you want to be a promoter? It's up to you. You can be either. And if you put it like that, they're usually curious or they want to know more. Most people are going to just drink the product, but you're just sorting and sifting. You're looking for those ones that want to to share this with you. So we have a crazy, crazy number of customers, 20, 30, 40, 50 per rep that come in every month. But what you want that number to be for you is like 1 in 10 or 1 in 15 or 1 in 20. So you just got to sort through and find them. But if you're not opening the mouth and sharing it with enough people and asking them if they want to participate, you're probably missing. The other thing that we have is the free referral program where if a customer refers 2 friends, so they don't have to do a business. They can just refer their friends, and they're going to lead you to more people. So I'm going to sign off. There's so much more that I could say, but I'm just excited for all of you to get started and get rolling and start sharing this. Let's stay in touch, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.